Hey everybody, welcome to Brilliant Frugal Living. Shout outs from everybody here in Studio B as we connect with our 200 plus stations coast to coast via the Biz Talk Radio and BBS Radio networks. Greetings to you all. Thanks for hanging out. This week's show is brought to you by our caring sponsors at Elite Rehab. Guys, we're going to keep playing this because I'm hearing from people who have tried other things. It didn't work. They tried helping their family members out with other companies and other programs. Didn't work. They're picking up the phone, they're calling Elite Rehab, and thank God it's working because everyone knows a family out there that is fighting the effects of today's substance abuse epidemic. It's taking our young ones, it's taking middle age, older age, every age. It's an epidemic. That's what we call it because that's what it is. And if someone you care about, someone you love needs help, pick up the phone. Call the professionals, put them to work for you. 800-932-4082. That's 800-932-4082. Help your family, help your friends, help the ones you love. Put that chapter behind them where it belongs. 800-932-4082. All right, guys. Now, big highlight this week, because I'm kind of freaking out at the responses and the results I'm getting from this. Incredibly inexpensive, often free solutions for a lot of our top, most annoying physical problems these days. You guys have emailed me. You've texted me. You've made me laugh. I love you guys. In no particular order. Actually, this is something that does seem to grab a good number of us. Gang, you know I'm huge into, let's say, reversing the clock in ways that don't cost a lot of money or attempt to sucker me into bullcrap, unproven strategies. I'm now in my 50s, just hit the big 50, and I'm finding that I'm being targeted by a lot of companies with some magic, miraculous elixir or some plan, unproven, untested, stuffed with chemicals, and expensive. Not in order of importance. So I'm kind of no thank you. But I've been doing something lately. I was talking about this behind the scenes. You're going to think I'm nuts because I am honestly the most level-headed, read, almost boring, anti-hocus pocus bull kind of gal you would ever want to meet. Shut up, Tony. But I've been doing this thing called grounding. All right, grounding. Google it, look it up if you don't believe me. In a nutshell. All right, when you ground, which means just putting your bodies, mainly my feet, in contact with the earth, you're going to think I'm nuts, guys. I'm so not hippy-dippy like this. However, when we ground, just putting your bare feet in the sand at the beach or on the ground at the lake or in your own backyard or in a park, just take off the shoes for 2 minutes and plant them right there on the ground, all right? We absorb the Earth's free electrons. I'm trying not to laugh even reading this because I got to tell you my reaction from this. When you put your bare feet in contact with the earth, again, we just got back from the shore. You might have, might go towards the lake. You might just want to walk around back, in your own backyard, whatever it is. Doesn't take a lot of work. You absorb the Earth's free electrons, which is one of the most anti-inflammatory things you can do, apparently. You neutralize, when you do this, you neutralize all of the harmful free radicals in the body. We're always hearing about the free radicals, and you're supposed to do this, and you're supposed to do that, and you're supposed to slather on this cream or do this pill or whatever else. No. According to, who is this? Stephen Sinatra, MD, author of Earthing. I looked up this book when I had the reaction that I did. All the time we spend indoors reduces that contact. All right, so the free radicals are going crazy and getting the upper hand. But something that interested me with this, we used to live in a day and age where even when we were wearing shoes, they were made out of leather. They were made out of natural materials. And when you wore leather shoes and you touched the ground with them, you walked on grass, you walked on gravel, you walked on anything, you still had contact with the earth and you were still absorbing all of those electrons that really benefited the body. Okay. And then we changed to, the rubber-soled shoes. All the shoes that I own are made of the most non-natural materials in the world. Or you're probably the same way. Here is what I have gotten from the experience, non-hippie me, indulging in just about 15 minutes of grounding a day, all right? Just putting my bare feet. When I'm sitting on the back step, I'm talking to my folks, I'm doing business calls, I'm answering emails on my Kindle. I have changed nothing else in my life. No change in anything. Certainly not taking any pills. No change in foods. Well, you know what? One small change in foods that I will detail later in the segment. Certainly no drugs. I don't do them, prescription or otherwise. I have been grounding now about 15 minutes a day. Okay, been doing this for a few weeks now. I am now sleeping like a log. I'm sleeping in ways that I have not slept since the day before Katie, my firstborn, was born. I'm sleeping like a log, which for me is downright miraculous, all right? Here's the next thing I'm noticing. The aches and pains in my joints, namely my ankles, my knees, gone. Also downright miraculous. Now, they were never debilitating, but those aches and pains were there, and now they're not, all right? Give it a shot. I am talking about maybe 20 minutes a day sitting on your back step. Now, God forbid you relax, because none of you guys relax. I get all of your emails. I'm the same way. But sit out there, get caught up on emails with your Kindle, call your family, get caught up. God forbid we spend a little time on us, right? If you're hitting any shoreline this summer, this is especially cool. Lakefront, ocean beaches, filling the kiddie pool for the kids and grandkids, just putting your feet in the grass, let a little water splash over your feet. My God, I mean, just enjoy it. Do it. I triple dog dare you to give this a shot. You might just be amazed. Let me know how it works with your aches, your pains, sleeping, maybe even, whatever it is. You know your bodies better than I do, certainly. And I'm getting the look from Tony, everybody else here in the studio, giving me the look. That's fine. I'm going to mic you up one day. You guys can give me your full responses to this stuff. But honestly, give it a shot. Let me know what you find out. All right? I want to hear from you. Find me, brilliantfrugalliving.com. There's one thing. Next up, hot on the heels of that idea. This ties in. Lowering your stress level by spending any kind of time around a body of water, a lake, a stream, an ocean, the neighborhood YMCA pool. A study in this journal called Health and Place, I had to look it up, it's there, found that people of any age, kids, seniors, anybody in between, who enjoy what they call blue spaces, like a pool, an ocean, a lake, once a week, doesn't have to be some full-time 24/7 thing, once a week, were 70% more likely to report high well-being, which is just another hippy-dippy phrase for a measure of good mood and physical health, all right? Even just looking at the bodies of water, if you're anything like me, you'll be multitasking on a phone, hopefully getting some time to read a book. But honestly, if I'm with my kids near any body of water, even if my husband's with me, as a parent, you parents and grandparents out there, or people out there with any kids in your life, you'll get what I'm talking about. If my kids are in the water, my time at the water's edge is generally spent now unblinkingly dry eye scanning the water line for a dorsal fin, just constantly. That's where my brain's at, while I smile and laugh at my kids like I'm relaxed, okay? Yeah, I constantly worry about this, even lakeside. Yeah, because you never know if some freakish freshwater predator is going to come at my kids. So yes, heck, when your kids are little, you're like scanning the bathtub for hazards. So enjoy the visual of me at the beach, all right? Now, another one, I got to get this in before we hit the first break, because this one's big. Another astonishingly effective sleep aid that I never would have thought of or believed until I tried it for myself, because honestly, I don't sleep much, people. This is not going to be a shock for those who spend any time around me, because I got it written all over my face. I don't sleep a lot. I'm in bed during the nighttime hours, but I'm not sleeping. I'm obsessing over any number of things, business things, household tasks, just stuff. You're probably the same way. Honestly, because I've studied this, I would maybe toss and turn for 5 or 6 hours a night, just chalk it up to reality, being one of the grown-ups, and just plug in the beloved coffee maker in the morning, plug through just like everybody else. Now, what makes people sleep? Think about this for a second. Kids, some of the finest sleepers on earth, God bless them, have a lot of what's called the relaxing hormone melatonin. You guys have heard this, right? Coursing through their adorable little systems. As you get older, a few more tasks at hand, maybe some taxes to pay, maybe a job or two to go to, melatonin in your system plummets, and that regulates your sleep and wake cycle. Okay. All of the pharmaceutical sleep aids out there try to reverse that. And some people do very well on them. Good for them. For those who have tried any of that stuff and they're not finding a good fit, Wait until you hear this. I couldn't believe it. I wanted to find a good way to increase melatonin naturally. So I read that cherry juice, just regular, nothing fancy cherry juice, drinking 8 ounces a day, which isn't a lot, isn't a little, isn't a lot, saw their sleep time increase by 84 minutes a night, like an hour and a half. I laugh out loud at this. I think it's hysterical. There's no way this can be true. Also, it can be expensive as heck, in my opinion, like $5 a bottle for cherry juice. So it just wasn't really big on my radar. All right, wait till you hear what happens after I spend just a little time, not with expensive pharmaceuticals, not with expensive pills or drugs or hippy-dippy anything else. I'm going to flip your minds, just like I flipped my own, with just 1 week of inexpensive cherry juice. You know, less expensive than pharmaceuticals, let's put it that way. What it did for me, a 50-year-old insomniac, right after this.